All right, TK Lee live in full effect. Let's go. Okay, look, I'm so happy you're here. This is really good.
I get to be here.
Yeah, you are extremely talented. Okay, so tell me this: what is your goal? Like, what are you hoping to accomplish? What world do you want to live in? Like, what's the objective here? Because I want to give you very specific critique, but I want to kind of understand what it is you're looking to do.
Yeah, so I've been kind of like doing the spazzing, playing around with cadence
Okay.
as far as music, more on the trap side.
Okay.
But I first started out as singing, so singing is a little bit, it's home, more
You're a
than anything.
great singer. I like your singing a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy because it's like the more I sing, the more people are like, yeah, you should do that a little bit more. So I've been getting more comfortable with singing a little bit more. But with that song, I feel like I just wanted to kind of venture off a little bit
Okay.
and do the sweet sound, harmonies,
Yeah.
stacking, all of that,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and away from the
Mhm.
always spazzing a little bit.
Okay. So this is my critique, and you could do with it whatever you like. You're ridiculously talented. You can sing. You can rap. You have a great aesthetic. You understand style. Like, you have the entire package. My critique would be, in terms of the rapping specifically, I would lean into your melodic side and add more melodies to your raps. And this is why. Because the rapping as it is right now, it reminds me of like Rebel Lecrae. It's very like early 2000s, late 90s, West Coast. I'm rhyming from my diaphragm, huh? And to start a stand, right? And it's a lot of stuff that, and this is no disrespect to those guys, but it's a lot of stuff that kind of some of the hog mob guys do in terms of the way they were. A lot of like the street gospel rapper guys, they kind of all like, they rap like they Tupac, you know what I mean? And you kind of have some of that, but everything else about you is very modern except the way you're rapping. You're rapping and it feels a little dated in the way you're rapping. So what you could do, a quick fix of that, is sing your raps, right? So literally add melody and say the same raps, but melodically sing them, which will give you, it'll be closer to like what a Kendrick does, or what a Rihanna does, or what a Beyonce does. People like, I want to make art, I want to move culture, I want to add something to the dialogue of what's going on musically. And I think you have the potential of doing that. So what I would do is, again, I would just tweak, try singing your melodies and just see what it sounds like. Try adding some auto-tune to the singing of the melodies. Leave whatever you're doing on the hooks, don't touch that. That's perfect. Like, keep doing that as is. But like, I think Ray Rock's Roddy Ricch meets Kehlani, like, that could be such a dope vibe. I would say, in terms of Christian hip hop, please don't view Christian hip hop as a ceiling. Don't view Rapzilla as a ceiling. Don't view the biggest Christian rappers followers as a ceiling. The issue with Christian hip hop right now is you got everybody competing for the same 100,000 Instagram followers, and there's a world beyond that with millions of people that would rock with you if they found out who you were and you got in front of them. It's just going to take time to strategically put stuff in front of them. So don't so much, and what I mean by that is this is what I mean by that. Sometimes when you're into a scene, you start wanting affirmation from this industry. So you start wanting features from specific people, or you start wanting placements on specific websites. Her name is TK Lee, by the way, guys. Don't be consumed with like an industry, because the industry will let you down. The people, the website, everybody, somebody's gonna let you down. But if you're concerned with, hey, I want to make the best music I can make, and I want to go find my own tribe, then that's when the opportunities open up, and then people want to start working with you and rocking with you, versus like trying to fit into this thing. And you'll get your initial spark there, meaning that on your, like, your first, I don't know how many followers you have, I'm going to look you up on Instagram, but your first 10,000 followers or whatever, like, it'll be the springboard for that. But you can grow beyond that. And that's what a lot of what we talk about here is, like, don't let any world, whether it's Christian hip hop, gospel rap, SoundCloud rap, whatever. Don't let that be a ceiling in like what to aspire for, because there's a way bigger world out there. I mean, they're saying there's about to be a billion new users that are about to hit YouTube within the next couple years, because people are getting fast internet everywhere. So, I mean, think about that. 1 billion people are about to hit YouTube. I'm pretty sure you could find 100,000 of those people to rock with you. I just followed you on Instagram, by the way. And so I think if I'm you, I'm just creating the best music you can make. And then here's the key: visuals, 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 visuals. I'd rather you shoot 20 visuals a year shot on your iPhone, and you just figure out how to finesse it, than to shoot 3 of these a year, right? Yeah. These like really nice, like the visual is great, like it's color graded well, but I'd rather you learn how to do 50 of these in the next 2 years and drop them all with Facebook ads and Instagram ads and lookalike audiences. That's going to take you way further than dropping 1 or 2 of these really well shot videos, right? So it's consistency and quantity. So anyway,
it's literally confirmation. I was on live on Instagram yesterday, and I was talking about how freeing it has been to create music just for me. Because I mean, everyone is used to, I don't know if I popped on your timeline through freestyles, because that's kind of how like my Instagram popped, was just I was releasing freestyles like crazy. So now, because that's what everyone is used to seeing from me, it's like, oh, you're gonna sing a whole song? Wait a minute. So it's just confirmation. And
so you're already doing a great job. Let me bring Ray Rock in. He's in a chat. My brother Ray Rock always has incredible things to say. TK meet Ray Rock. Ray Rock meet TK. Ray Rock's one of my favorite people in the world, guys. In the world. Okay, I'm gonna let Ray Rock take it.
I love the music, love the visual that she put out. This is kind of like a general thing for everybody, just to piggyback on what Ruslan said as far as the content goes. So a lot of times when I'm hearing a lot of you guys rap, you guys are telling me the formula, you're telling me the formula and the answer. So for example, you're like, Jesus, he resurrected on the 3rd day, right? I got 66 clips in the Bible, you know what I mean? Like, you're telling me the formula and the answer, right? But you're not showing me how it's worked out. You get what I'm saying? So because where it's worked out is where people that are not Christian and people who are in different places in their walk, everybody can meet, right? So for example, I might not agree on somebody's lifestyle, and but that doesn't mean that we can't agree on justice, right? So for example, if somebody does better, if a woman does better than me on a test, you know what I mean, and she doesn't get the job and I get the job because I'm a dude, you know what I'm saying, then the Bible tells me to stand up for justice, and that's wrong. You get what I'm saying? So it's like in those places we can agree. So as far as the context when Ruslan was talking about the ceiling, we oftentimes put a ceiling when we start talking about the formula and the answer, when a lot of people haven't seen the answer or the formula. Believe it or not, Christianity is best experienced, right, through an experience. You get what I'm saying? And that's, that's how that famous thing that every pastor says, man, there's something different about him, right? There's something different about it, right? So that, my whole thing is like, what are some topics, right, that the CHH community is not talking about, right, that everyone can relate to, and you can bring, a godly perspective on it, right? But just don't be like, yada, 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 being in debt is wrong, or having a divorce is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like, people can relate to a divorce, or people can relate to heartbreak. You know what I mean? And the places where people can relate, you'll go further and farther, and your reach will be greater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you won't have a song where you just basically tell people, yo, Jesus is the way, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you don't do that. What I'm saying is that make sure you don't box yourself in by just talking about the formula and the answer. Does that make sense?
Complete sense. Like this whole experience is just blowing my mind, because once again, it's confirmation. I don't know if you guys know a guy named Chris Cobbins. He's actually like Grammy nominated. And
Yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah, he was just on one of my songs, but he did an interview. My husband has like a podcast. He did an interview, and afterwards we were talking about exactly what you're saying. And he was like, he likes to actually sometimes give an issue without the answer, without the solution, and everyone can kind of just resonate and relate with that. And it's so funny because it's just my personality. That's why when you were talking about the 2000s and the hog mog, like that's my heart. But you know, we want to have music be profitable for us, and being able to send the message in a way that, like you were saying, that it's relatable, that connects in so many different ways. It's something that we've been speaking about. And like I said, Chris Cobbins was telling me the same thing, like, hey, let's be a little bit more interesting, instead of like what you said, hey, the world is full of sin, and so let's give our life to Christ. But you know, the everyday situations, like, you know, injustice, like depression, anxiety, and kind of diving into that. And it's freaking confirmation. Like that's
right. And here's a cool thing. You ever been to like a Christian conference and they play a top 40 song, a number one top 40 song that's just a good song? You ever been to a conference, right? What makes that person different from you? You get what I'm saying? Like you can have both bullets in the clip. You know what I'm saying? You can have a song that's "Where Are You Now When I Need You." Like you can have a song just like that, and you can have a song called "Jesus I Trust You." You know what I mean? And the thing is oftentimes, because we're doing a church circuit or a church market, unknowingly we're conditioning ourselves to only season our dishes for that type of palate. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's just like, how is it that if you know, you go to any church or any function or anything like that, and if I said, if you sang a song and, you know, it takes two to make the thing go right, and everybody likes that song, right? This, like, why can't you make, and I know that sounds like that's like an old song, but I'm saying, like, across the board, right? There's just these songs that are timeless and great, that are beautiful and pure or have a great message. So you can, the question is are you challenging yourself, you know what I mean, to have both? So like for me, a person who makes Christianity completely too vague, right? I don't think that's good either, right? But I honestly feel like for the most part, y'all be safe. Like you guys be singing about the most safe stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, that's the thing. When I say y'all, I just mean like everybody, including myself. You know what I mean? It's easier to be safe. You know, in all reality, as believe it or not, and I'll leave it with this. I don't want to say too much, but like in all reality, to really make good, godly, inspired works, right? It will inspire and insult both the heretic and the Pharisee. You know what I'm saying? So it will like, so when I say Black Lives Matter, like the Pharisee, like the extreme Pharisee hates me. You know what I'm saying? Right? But when I say, yo, abortion is wrong, right? The heretic is like, yo, what are you doing? You get what I'm saying? But there's still a point where there's still these moments where we could all agree.
Yeah.